computer, and then I'm going to also push live to Facebook and see what happens via Facebook. Yes. So let's see if this goes through. So it looks like preparing the live stream preview. And oh my goodness, there's a lot. Not now. There we go. And try to go live. That's fine. I'm not going to go through all this stuff. Let's take an extra minute. Can you see me okay? Because I'm talking back and forth, so I don't have my Zoom up.
Yeah, I can see you. I can see on the top left it says meeting is streaming on Facebook Live.
Okay. So let's take an extra minute. Oh, okay. Can you see me okay? Because I'm talking back and forth, so I don't have my Zoom. Okay, it looks like there's probably a loop on the Facebook Live feed.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Okay. So let's just start. I want to welcome everyone to the New Now. It's kind of something I just put together. I wanted to give everyone the opportunity to, as we're staying in our house, to still keep in contact with everyone else. Shoot, what I need to do is turn off my volume. There we go. Can you hear me, Luke, still?
Yeah, it's a lot now.
Okay. So what I want to do is just introduce myself a little for the people who don't know me. My name's Tom Atzel. I live in Seattle, Washington today. And while we have this extra time, I want to reach out to different people of different ages, different ethnicities, and different parts of the world, just to find out what their life is a little about. Today, I have a great honor to introduce Luke Lovelady. Actually, Luke is actually a son of a person I went to school with. And I've actually watched Luke play basketball a number of times as he's grown up in the Tacoma area. And now he's with his parents down in Arizona during this time. So, Luke, for the people who know you and the people who might not know you as well, would you mind introducing yourself and just give people a background of who you are and kind of what you're doing today?
Yeah, so my name is Luke Lovelady. Like Tom said, I'm from Tacoma, Washington originally. My parents just moved out here to Arizona it's closing in about 2 years now. So I would say I'm from Tacoma if somebody asked, but they're in Arizona, so a little mix up there. But so right now I'm playing basketball at Western Washington. So it's up in Bellingham. I've been there for about 2 years. I transferred from Point Loma, which is in California. I wanted to be closer to home, closer to family. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm in Arizona currently with my family, just kind of hanging out, enjoying family time. It's good to see some sun for a change. We haven't got much of that in Washington, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Right now I'm playing basketball at Western Washington. So it's up in Bellingham. I've been there for about 2 years. I transferred from Point Loma, which is in California. I wanted to be closer to home, closer to family. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm in Arizona currently with my family, just kind of hanging out, enjoying family time. It's good to see some sun for a change. We haven't got much of that in Washington, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Okay, cool. Well, I want everyone to know if they do have any questions or want to add something, please put some in the comments, and I could definitely talk to Luke about this. One of the things I want to do is really just talk to you about what your new now is. I know you and I talked a little about the other day about what's going on in your life. And as we said, a 50-year-old man like myself is different than somebody of your age. And so what is life for you now? Because you're not playing basketball. You were in the middle of, done with your season, or were you still in the playoffs?
We were at the hotel. I think it was 8 teams ready to go into the March Madness tournament, and tournament got canceled the day before all the teams were supposed to play. So we literally just cut it off right in the middle of kind of the most packed out time. So right now, that's where we were at before we left. I went right from the hotel right to Arizona. So it was pretty sudden, kind of crazy change.
Okay. And what's going on as far as everything's concerned with, like, we talked about scholarships. I know a lot of your friends are are in that place
Mm-hmm.
where they're giving scholarships right now, but they're not letting people go back to their senior year like they are for spring sports, are they?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, especially for I mean we had 8 seniors on our team, so to see some of those guys who were there for 4-year players, we were supposed to make a huge run this year. This was kind of our year, so to see that kind of end so suddenly, it was definitely it was just a crazy time. I can assume for everybody. But yeah, it's for spring sports. They're doing everyone gets an extra year of eligibility because for some seniors, if this was their last year playing softball or something like that, they get an extra year next year. So I think the NCAA was smart to do that. I think it's definitely good for those people who are playing spring sports. For us, we don't get that luxury. We get to play the entire year, but it's just how we got cut off was kind of a crazy time. So it's definitely I definitely like and agree with NCAA is doing with that spring sports though. I think that's a great idea.
Okay. So what is your coaches and what are your head coach and possibly your assistant coaches? How are they communicating with you? And, do you have any structure going on right now?
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of people don't have access to gyms, weight rooms, and stuff like that because our springtime is when we usually have off season conditioning, weight room type of thing. So he's just trying to get a gauge on. We have a group chat that he's trying to keep us up with, trying to see if there's anything we can do, try to stay in shape. We're going to start doing weekly Zoom calls. I think that's kind of the new norm right now is Zoom
Okay.
calls. So we're doing that, just trying to get an update on everyone because we still have it's kind of weird. It kind of feels like summer almost right now, but we still have a whole quarter of spring. So he's trying to make sure everyone's up to date on their classes because it's online now. So it's going to be a totally different change. A lot of people have already started that, but we start on Monday.
Okay.
So we're doing weekly Zoom calls, trying to stay up, trying to keep morales high. We have a whole new group coming in. So that's where we're at right now.
Okay. And just for a lot of us, if we're empty nesters, you don't have children of that age, what is college life like now? Are you still having to go to school? Are you done with the quarter? Are you on semesters? What are you planning on doing next semester or quarter?
So we go on a quarter schedule. So the last quarter for this year is the spring quarter. So it seems like most people headed back home and just like I'm here in Arizona, I'm just going to do my online classes here, even though my school's in Washington. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm gonna have to take a couple of classes in the summer as well, so just to get
Okay.
caught up and stay up to date. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But it seems like most of the team kind of went back to their homes, kind of left Bellingham area. Online classes, there's no reason to be really on campus. So whole college scene kind of died out. Now everyone's at home right now, kind of doing their own thing.
And I'm sure nobody knows when this is going to end or how this is going to look. So your coaches probably can't say, "Hey, come back." If you guys are eligible to come back on June 1st to campus, are you guys going to do a crash course in the summer? Or are you just going to pick up in the fall like you would next year, you think?
It seems like I think we just got an email from one of our kind of athletic directors saying that all NCAA is done for, at least for our sports, all NCAA is done for the rest of the year. So it'd be against NCAA violations, I'm assuming, if we were to gather and do any sort of team scheduled events or anything, even if it was late June.
Okay.
So that's what it seems like right now. Summer, we kind of get like a little summer program. Summer, our weightlifting coach kind of puts it together, and coaches keep up to date on that and make sure everyone's following that, just to make sure everyone's on the same page with their conditioning and their weightlifting, some things like that.
Okay, good. So now you're at home. Is your whole family at home? So you have all six under one roof?
All 6 of us, yep.
Okay, and you are the second of 4, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And your sister just, I believe, got a scholarship, correct?
Yeah, she's doing basketball and track, so she's gonna have a crazy freshman year, that's for sure. She's gonna be overloaded.
Okay, between me and you, we don't have to let your sister know this. Do you think you're a better athlete or she's a better athlete?
For a long time, I did think I'm a better athlete until she was putting up crazy numbers in basketball and track. She was playing soccer as well. She was getting looked at for soccer, track, and basketball. She would go from sometimes at halftime of her soccer games, she would score 2 goals in the first half and then run to the basketball gym and go get changed for a basketball game. So once I saw her doing that, I threw out the window. I said, she's kind of the athlete of the family. So that's kind of where I was at.
I never saw this, but maybe I saw something on Facebook. Was it your sister who did like a somersault with the ball and threw it in? Oh,
Yeah, she kind of did the little front flip. She put the ball on the ground, did a front flip, and threw it in. And I guess she said it helped her throw it farther, but
oh
I
yeah,
think it went
momentum.
viral at one point. So yeah, that's when I kind of started. I was like, okay, she's for real.
So I know your mom and dad are both were good athletes, and your little sister, your below you, is your other sister's athletes, or what are they doing now?
My older sister right now, she's 22. We're 18 months apart.
Okay.
She's kind of, I mean, her job, I mean, as well as a lot of Americans' jobs right now are kind of getting a lot of unemployment stuff going on right now. So she just got temporarily let go from her other job. So she's
Good.
scrambling, trying to find a new job. I think she's got something going for the next month or two.
Okay.
Try to bring in some income. So that's
Is
what
she
she's
in Tacoma or Arizona full time?
no, she's here at Arizona full time.
Okay.
So she's going to get her own place pretty soon. That's what she's doing. My youngest sister, she's kind of trying out. She's 14, so she's kind of trying out all the new sports. Trying to see what she likes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what she's doing right now. But we're all kind of just hanging out, trying to not kill each other in this house right here all together.
So do you got like, what does your daily structure look like? I mean, obviously you don't have school and classes to go to, you don't have other things to do for sports, but are you trying to stay on some sort of schedule, or, you know, what's the new now look like for you?
The new now, it's definitely, I had a very nice routine going. I'll explain that in a second, but I'm going to have to kind of adjust my schedule starting on Monday because I'm going to have some online classes. So I'm going to have to redo my schedule a little bit, but I'm very particular on my plan for the day. I like to map out everything for the day so I'm not wasting time. So I'll usually wake up around 8 o'clock. I'll try to get my workout done early. I've been really trying to catch up on my reading. I try to read a book or two a month. So I'm having a lot of free time to read. I'm starting an online business that it's already been kind of going, just working out some of the kinks. So I've been getting a lot of time to spend on that. Yeah, hanging out with the family. So I'm kind of structured on how I like to have my day.
Okay.
I don't like to be sitting on the couch for 3-4 hours a day. I think if I have this time, this opportunity to be able to work on something to better myself, that's kind of my thinking. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to sit on the couch all day if I can work on my business for a couple hours. So those are the things I'm working on with all this free time. So
Great. Well, I want to give a shout out. Seems like we have a couple people who joined. Mark Ewell, he's, I believe, in Utah. Stephanie's down in, I think, Florida. Ralph is actually my brother-in-law I just talked to earlier today. He's actually in Dublin, Ireland. And
wow.
Mac McDonald, last I knew, I believe, Mac, you're still in Seattle. So we're getting a smattering of people around the country. And this is really what I want to do, is just have a conversation, figure what's going out. First person I talked with is in Seattle. You're in Arizona. What is Arizona life like? Seattle is kind of shut down except for a couple grocery stores, a couple of restaurants, and most people are staying in.
Well, I haven't been keeping super up to date, but I'm pretty sure Arizona is going to go into a shelter in pretty soon here. All the restaurants are closed, all the things like that. There's a lot of people. I mean, it's 85 degrees, so a lot of people are spending their time outside, going on walks. I've been kind of riding my skateboard around, kind of just trying to get outside a little bit if I can.
You're in Gilbert, right?
Yeah, I'm in Gilbert. That's what it seems like a lot of people do. The roads aren't as very packed. I've kind of went out walks and stuff, but roads aren't super packed. It's kind of like a weird vibe because usually this is kind of like a really busy area. So to kind of see it, there's not many cars out. Tons of people trying to walk around. Walking their dogs and stuff. So I assume it's pretty similar to other places right now.
So is it warm enough that you can jump in the pool?
That's the thing. Our pool is not heated. It's like heated because it's when it gets 100 degrees outside, there's no reason for a heater.
Oh yeah.
So it's starting to warm up a little bit. Me and my dad played. We have a little putt course in the backyard, a couple like 3 holes, and we're doing loser ass jump in the pool because it's still pretty cold. So I lost that one. So
I actually lived in Arizona from 2000 to 2009, and I lived in Tempe area, and I had a pool.
Okay.
The same thing with that I did. I had a friend, and we would do some bets, but in December the loser would have to jump in because
that's what we did.
Cold.
Like, oh yeah, you know very well. Yeah, it was like 9 o'clock at night and it was ice cold. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, you know what? There's a lot of things that if anyone wants to ask a question, I'll definitely ask for you. But I kind of have some questions I just threw down just to kind of pick your mind. So, first of all, how old were you when the Sonics left Seattle?
Ooh.
I think
I
they
had
left
to have
10
been
years ago.
maybe.
I'm
I
not
had to have
positive
been less.
about that. I think it's about 10 years ago.
I had to have been around 10 years old, I think, because I remember that was one of my best memories. My dad is going to the Sonics games when I was little.
Okay.
We actually got to go into the locker room and meet a couple players when I was really little. I think I went on the court after the game. And I think Luke Ridnour was out there, and my dad he was like, go get his autograph on this napkin because he didn't want to do it. Grown
Yeah.
man. So I'm this little kid, and I get Luke Ridnour's autograph on a little napkin. So those were some of my best memories growing
That's
up.
fantastic. So on that team, I'm trying to think who was there. It's probably Luke. Was Kevin Durant on it yet?
I honestly only remember Luke Ridnour. I wasn't very old to never remember.
He was the little good point guard from Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So good. Right now, what's your favorite song on your playlist?
Favorite song? I've been listening to a lot of gospel right now, honestly. I think probably besides gospel, Janae Ayeku. She's kind of sings like hymns, really good vibe song. So I just go outside in the backyard, work on stuff, and just put her on. So it's kind of what I've been listening to now.
Okay, it seems like a lot of people are watching Netflix a lot or getting out there. What's the last thing you've seen?
Last thing I seen, I think I just started watching Ozarks again. Ozarks just came on. I think the third season just came on. So I just started that yesterday with me and my dad. So I've been watching lately.
I actually got home late last night. I was doing some work and I turned it on. So I got, I think, 2 or 3 episodes in me on season 3. So I'm with you.
Yeah, it's getting pretty crazy. I'm glad they finally put it out because I kind of forgot what was happening in the show because it took so long for the season to come out.
Have you seen, and I haven't spent the time, but I'm hearing everyone talk about, was it Joe Exotic or the Tiger King or whatever?
Yep. Oh, I was going to say that's the one. Me and my family, I think we binge watched it in like probably 2 days. We kind of heard about it before it started trending a little bit. And
sure.
I think the first episode came on and me and my dad looked at each other like, what are we watching? Because my mom told us to watch it.
And it's a true story, correct?
Get sucked into the third episode. Yeah, and we can't even look away. So we watched it in like 2 days, and it was actually a pretty good show. I would recommend.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. You're going to be a movie critic or reviewer. Give us the synopsis of what it's about, how many episodes there are for the people who haven't seen it to try to sell us
on it. The Tiger Show?
Yep.
Out of 10, a rating of 10, honestly, I'd have to give it like an 8. I think it was a pretty good show. I think it started off kind of slow and you're kind of like, why am I watching a tiger show? And then it starts to like I don't want to give anything away, but each episode just gets like deeper and deeper. It's just kind of like almost a real life crime show that's just super funny to watch. So I would give it an 8. I think it really just it was like an onion getting peeled back every episode. You're like, how does that even make any sense? And you're like, these people really live like this. And it was pretty crazy. I think I would give it an 8 for sure. I think it's the number one show on Netflix right now with that and Ozarks, I think.
And how many shows are
definitely getting a lot of attention. There's only one season. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm honestly not sure. We were just letting the next episode run after every time because we were binge watching. So I'm honestly not sure.
Okay, no worries. I've heard so many people talk about it lately, and so I'm like, okay, I need to download it, but I just wasn't sure. I heard it's something that's intense, and you got to be in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely wasn't expecting a show like that. I don't know what I was expecting, but it definitely got pretty crazy towards the end.
Okay. Tell us now. You're 21, correct?
Yep.
Did you do anything fun for your 21st birthday that you could tell in front of everyone that your parents wouldn't be embarrassed about?
21st, I was in Bellingham. I think me and my whole team just kind of went out to one of the local bars downtown, and we all just celebrated. There was I think 10, 12 people there.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun to just have the whole team around me. We're all just hanging out, drinking a little bit.
So you being 21, for the older listeners out there, what is your favorite app on your phone right now? What's something that you use?
I think I've been trying to stay away from Twitter a little bit lately just because there's a lot of negativity going on around and stuff that I just don't care to see about right now. So I think part of my online business is Instagram. I have kind of like an Instagram page that I've been running for a while. So I like to go on that and check up, trying to update it, trying to keep it up as well as I can. So I've been probably going to Instagram the most.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot. Are you dating anyone right now?
Dating, yes. I have a girlfriend. We're close to 2 years now.
Great. And how are you guys? Is she back in Tacoma or is she down there? How are you guys keeping in contact?
she lives in Wenatchee, so it's about from Tacoma. It's about 4 hours away, kind of eastern Washington area. So she's there with her family. So I honestly don't know when I'm going to see her next because I don't know if I'm planning on going back to Washington soon. So it's kind of just up in the air whether what happens.
So other people who are dating and around your age, older, younger, how are you guys making it work? How are you staying
Making it work.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of FaceTime. That seems to be the norm right now.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep updated. I've been asking how her family's doing. I talked to her mom the other day a little bit, just to keep that contact, just to see how we're doing. We kind of run out of things to say sometimes, just because you're like, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm doing the same thing I was doing a couple hours ago. So we've just been kind of hanging out, just making jokes, seeing what each other are doing that day. Hasn't been too bad. Just keeping up on FaceTime just to see each other a little bit.
So you're in Arizona right now. What's the one meal, if you were back home, you miss the most in Tacoma? Like going to eat?
If I was in college, what would I miss? Home cooked meal?
College or in Tacoma, either way.
Probably my mom's spaghetti. I pretty much, when I'm in college, I pretty much make the same kind of foods every time.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at making breakfast, so I'll have that for like 3 meals a day sometimes, just shake it up a little bit. So to have full meals, I've been definitely taking advantage of that since I've been back. That's for sure.
Okay. You're a junior, correct? Do you have one more year eligibility or two?
Yeah, I have 1 more year of eligibility.
Okay. So let's play not devil's advocate, but we have magic fairy dust on you. If you could have any perfect job when you graduate, what would your perfect job be?
Perfect job.
And don't worry about realistic. Just put it out there. I want to be boom.
I would like to be running my own business by the time I graduate. That's what I've been kind of working on it now. So it's a trading business. So I teach people how to trade, try to invest and stuff like that. So I wouldn't necessarily say it'd be a job that I would go work for somebody, but I want to be, my own boss right coming out of college. So that's my goal right now.
So
that'd be my dream if I could say.
Have you taken or looked into taking your Series 7?
Series 7. I kind of looked into it, not a whole lot, but
okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I know that when I looked at it years ago, this is something you had to take. If you want to trade stocks, obviously, if you're doing it for yourself, that's something you don't have to worry about. But again, just to know a little more about the conformity and what's
for sure.
No, great. Let's say one more question I'll throw out. Kind of a wish question. Much money in the world you had, money's not an object. What's the car you would buy?
Corvette. I don't know why I've had a thing for them for a while. And it's funny, I was just walking yesterday and I saw a bright cherry red Corvette sitting in the front lawn. And I was like, I got his number. So that's going to be my car when I get older.
Now, are you going old school, like 68, 69 Stingray?
I like the newer ones.
Or the new ones?
I like the newer ones. They look really sleek. I don't know what color. I'd probably get a black one. But it's funny, I just saw one yesterday and I was like, that's going to be my car growing up.
Okay. One question, I have to ask something about your dad, just because he and I were roommates for a little bit. I think you could take him on a 5-on-5 because you could break and you're taller. Your dad has the body mass. Forget about basketball. Who could bench more?
Bench more? Before the season started, I would have said me because I was working out a lot. But right now, just because I haven't been able to work out during the season, probably him. But give me 6 months. Give me 6 months, and we'll have a different story to tell.
Okay. And what are the closest for people in Seattle or your friends around? What are the closest locations in Seattle that you would play at? You play at SBU and SU?
SPU, we played. We don't play Seattle U just because they're a higher division. Okay. I was recruited there coming out of high school. Trying to think more in Seattle area. We play a couple teams in Oregon, Concordia and Portland. I think that's one of the only schools in the Seattle area.
You play St. Martin's?
Oh, yeah, St. Martin's. That's the other one. So that's kind of up in Olympia area, but yeah, we played them.
So I grew up in Olympia, so I know St. Martin's, but for people down there, St. Martin's or people in Seattle, probably SPU would be your best venture. So good. Sure. And you play a home and home with them?
Yeah, we play one over there, and then they come to our place for one game. So
okay. So anything else new? Any shout outs to your friends or people other listening?
If I could just say something, I would just say, not necessarily a shout out, but I would just say in this time, it's kind of interesting to see how the world is, moving so fast right now. It seems like the outside world, everything's happening so fast. We're kind of confused, like what's going on. It seems like everything's happening really fast. But it's kind of crazy because in our lives, it's quite the opposite for most people. It's like your lives just completely stopped and slowed down. So
Yep.
it's kind of an interesting perspective. I think the only way to look at it in a positive way is just you can't control what's going on in the world right now. You don't know. You can't control what's happening with this virus right now. There's nothing you can do about it. The only thing I just looked at myself at the start of this. I'm like, okay, I have about a month where I'm going to be isolated. What can I do to come out better than this when it's over? What can I do to become better in all areas of my life, in health, kind of my business stuff, reading, just trying to anything I can do to be better than I was when this started.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my focus is on right now, and I think that's a good way to approach this. A lot of people are complaining, saying, "Oh, this and that." Obviously, it's a horrible thing that's happening, but there's a lot of positives in this. You can spend a lot of time with your family. You can start to work. You can, if you never had time to work on something, if you wanted to get into real estate, investing, you have all the time in the world right now. So I think there's a lot of positives you can go about this. Just trying to get better in yourself, whatever that may be. It might be different for different people, but just trying to grow as a person by the time you get out of this, trying to be better than when you were in it. So that's kind of my perspective on how I've kind of approached this whole situation.
That's fantastic. And especially to hear from someone of your age. Obviously you do have some experience, but you haven't had life, get to you the goods and the bads yet. But to hear someone of your generation say something like that is fantastic. And like you said, I think there is some silver linings about this. I have to run between downtown Bellevue to Ballard, where I have a restaurant right now. And some days it could take me an hour and 10 minutes, but right now it's taking 21 minutes. So there are some positives of like, there's no traffic. I'm happy with that. Go to Costco.
Especially by that Tacoma Dome area where they always do construction right there. I heard that's been really cleared for the first time in 10 years. So
yeah. So I guarantee you somebody in 6 months or a year will say, I kind of miss the coronavirus, not the virus itself, but some of the things of being able to be close with my family, no traffic, simpler times. And it is true. I think one of the things that people need to think about is you're isolated, but keep structure to your life. Don't stay up super late and sleep in. Keep a little structure to your life. And like you said, either read, clean out your garage, do something either with a family or by yourself. So when you're on the other side of this, you're much further down the road than just, sitting around and watching Joe Exotic or the Tiger Show and knowing everything about that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was definitely my approach coming into this. I knew I wanted to come out of it better than I was before. So I think that's a good approach for everyone to kind of have during this time, whatever that might be for somebody.
Okay, so hopefully this isn't a violation for college basketball, but if anyone is listening out there that is possibly thinking about going to Western Washington or play basketball in Western Washington, give a plug and tell them why they want to come up to Western and would love to play for you or with you and your coach and everyone else.
I think one of the main reasons when I transferred from Point Loma, which was a great school in San Diego, I transferred back to Western. It's because I missed Washington. I missed what Washington embodied, kind of like that feel of it. Yep. And I think that's exactly what Western kind of embodies. They have a beautiful campus, just evergreens everywhere, up on a hill. So I think the aesthetics of it, just how it looks, and it's just a very Washington type feel to it. If that's what you're looking for, that Western definitely has that.
And how large is it?
I think we have like 16,000 undergrads, so it's a pretty big D2 school. Okay. For the basketball team, I mean, Western, all of our sports are like pretty top notch. I think our rowing team has won like 7 national championships. Our girls soccer team just went to the national championship. Girls volleyball went to the national championship last year. So any sports you're looking at playing Division II, Western excels pretty well in every sport.
Okay, great. I shout out to Jason Stiles. He actually played football up there, but I know they covered the football program a while ago. So good. And do you guys play like PLU, UPSs, or different leagues?
No, they're I'm pretty. Those schools are Division III, so okay. I'm pretty familiar. I know a lot of the coaches there. Some of the guys I've played with growing up play there, but they're definitely a lower division. We could play them in an off-season game, but it wouldn't be for any league games or anything like that.
Okay, good. Well, I just wanted to have a conversation with you, and I thank you so much for the time just to be able to talk to you. And again, get someone's perspective that doesn't look like me, that lives in a different part of the country, and just, hopefully if someone's listening to this, maybe if they can't picture themselves in me, maybe they see themselves in you or other guests. And just, again, just hearing the positivity of what we can do either alone or together while we're isolated, and just, if nothing else, tell stories. So people, I'm not asking you or saying, hey, interview other people like I'm trying to do, but maybe just reach out to your friends you haven't talked to in a year, 5 years, 10 years. It could be on the phone. It could be via Zoom or Facebook, Snapchat. It doesn't matter. It's just make an attempt, because you have no excuse not to do something right now. And I think the biggest thing is to reach out to everyone out there. Just ask them, what do you need? And sometimes it's nothing more than let them vent because they're in a bad situation and there's something you can't do, but you can listen.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that 100%.
Well, great. Well, I thank you so much for your time. Please say hello to your family for me. And next time you're up here next season, I will get there. I know there are some guys that went to school with your dad in Stilcombe that are up here. We definitely love to go there. Anything else you want to say or add before we take off?
I don't think so. I think that's it. I appreciate you getting me on here. Love talking with you about all this stuff. So thank you.
All right. And hey, I'll give you a kind of a side plug. You're saying you're helping people trade. If people want to get a hold of you and have questions about trading, they're younger or older, could they get a hold of you?
Yeah, my Instagram is Forex1%, just one word. Growing a big following on there, just trying to keep it going. So yeah, Forex1% on Instagram. That's how you get a hold of me. Or if you're interested in trading or investing, stock market, Forex, cryptocurrency, I'm your guy. So.
Okay, I have a quick question for you, and then I'll let you go. My nephew and I got into cryptocurrency about a year ago, and things have gone up and down. What is the newest trend, or what are you hearing about cryptocurrency?
I actually just read an article today, how a lot of people are thinking that because of the dollar, US dollar weakness and stuff like that, that this kind of decentralized cryptocurrency kind of thing.
Back?
Please,
yeah, please.
there is a lot of optimism with all this stuff going on that cryptocurrency could see a nice run, just because decentralized, kind of that whole thing. But yeah, I definitely think, I'm not sure just because all the markets are taking a hit recently, but I think cryptocurrency could see in the next couple of years could see a nice boost up for sure.
Okay. Well, great. Good to hear from you, and good to know that knowledge. So again, thanks so much for everything. Tell your whole family hello, stay well, stay healthy. And next time you get to Seattle, give me a call. I have a restaurant in Tacoma. If you're in Tacoma the next time, let me know, and I'll get you a free lunch or dinner for you.
Definitely. That sounds good to me. Free food.
All right. Thanks so much, Luke. Be well.
Yeah, good to see you.